name is Dennis Ashley with the Madison County Chamber of Commerce, and this is about a community gathering space today. It's more than just a restaurant. It's more than just a brew house. It's a place where people will gather, and when people gather, it's more than just about relax. It's not just about relaxing, but for me, I look at it as the economic value, because I can tell you I have done a lot of business in places like this, and I think this is going to be one of those great places downtown Anderson where people will come to gather. We'll relax, we'll hang out, we'll have a great time, and you'll see the economic value of this place, and it will rise downtown again to another great place for people to gather. And I'm just so excited to be a part of this, and the chamber to be a part of it. Dan, there they go, both of them here. And you guys, thank you so much for what you guys have done and your investment into downtown Anderson. The Madison County Chamber is glad to welcome you to our family of 523 businesses. And with all the power of my board of directors and myself, when we cut this ribbon, you are officially open for business. Congratulations. With that, to talk more about downtown Anderson is our great mayor, Thomas Broderick.
Thank you, Dennis. I could tell he was getting cold. He was starting to speed up there a little bit. I want to tell you, I'm very honored to be here today and very proud. Several weeks ago, Dale and Dan stopped in the office to share with me their vision, what they were interested in doing for downtown. And it was so exciting to realize that folks were willing to come into our community and to invest not only their money, but their time and their passion. And it's a great thing. And their wives, Callie and Becca, that they're here and that they're all taking part of this and making this such a great thing. So I want to thank all of you guys and your families for everything that you're doing. And maybe ask you a couple questions before we do cut the ribbon. And I'll start with you, Dale. Tell us a little bit about how you guys came up with this vision and what made you decide to do what you're doing here today.
Oh man, well, first of all, I think we both really like beer, and so that's kind of the starting point. But we both kind of have an affinity for Anderson specifically. We moved from Colorado, where my wife and I met, and we lived here. I lived here in the past, and we both just kind of felt like we wanted to come and settle down in a great community. And also, there's no brewery here yet, so it just kind of made a good fit. And we just like the support we've had so far, and we just love it here. And we both, I've been, as a brewer coming from Colorado, I got some attention, and some other cities actually around here were trying to poach me and get me over there, and I said, nope, like Anderson is where we want to be. Levi Rinker did a lot of work just getting us here, and just showing me probably 502 buildings or so. But yeah, we just really decided that we wanted to be here, and then when we met up with Dan, he had the same vision, and it just kind of went really fast from there. So when we decided to roll forward with it, so.
Well, we definitely appreciate it, and so Dan, there's a little bit of discussion about the upcoming brewery too. So you might talk a little bit about that, but also what you and your wife, what you guys were seeing in this when you decided to make this leap.
Yeah, so the same thing to kind of piggyback off of Dale. It's just the vision, really, and it's a community effort. I can tell right away, since even though we weren't officially opened yet, being here, getting things squared away, kind of taking over the bar, the community has just been amazing. We can't say thank you enough. The support from locals, from even people that are out of Madison County, are like, wow, we're really excited to see this. Oh, downtown, you guys are, So even though I'm not from Anderson, I feel this is kind of my hometown. I grew up in a small hometown as well, and I feel like this is, it's meant to be. So I'm excited about the future of not only the Kettle Brew House, but also, more importantly, the brewery, because that's really the true reason for this. So.
And tell the folks a little bit about when you might expect that to come online.
So our expectation for that is going to be roughly end of April, beginning of May. Yes. Of course, we are held to the powers that be with the state and federal for the permit. So once that comes through, we'll be over there ready to rock and roll and do this again.
Well, that's great. And I'll tell you what, again, we just all want to thank you, and hopefully here at some point the cameras will be able to swing around and see the number of folks that have turned out today to wish you well and to welcome you. And so on behalf of the city, let me also welcome you officially. And I will have Jerry from the Chamber of Commerce step in here and help us with the honors of cutting the ribbon.
Cut hard, cut hard. Hey! Open for business.
I'm with Dale and Dan, who just finished up cutting their ribbon on their grand opening, and we are super excited. So tell me a little bit about the philosophy behind Kettle Top. It's not just a brewery or even a bar. It's way more than that to you, and that's what I really love about your business plan.
Yeah. So just to kind of give you a background of the vision, we knew we wanted to start a brewery. We didn't exactly know where. Meeting up with Dale, it was truly meant to be, and I say that not to have a cliche, but I'm serious. So we
How
met.
did you meet him? Yeah.
Oh,
Tell us about that.
so long story short, like he said before, I had seen a lot of buildings. I had seen a lot of buildings. We're trying to make it work for Anderson, and Destiny kind of brought us together at a Monday man night. So we met up, and he was like, "Oh, you're starting that?" I was like, "You're starting that?" Like, so it was really kind of cool to where it was like, "All right, we can either be in competition or just make the best darn beer you've ever had." And so, like, really talking, it was like, let's do this. And so Kettle Top came about because it was a way for us to not only generate revenue, because obviously that's important to start the brewery, but really that's what is building the community. That's building the base of our patrons, and we already have seen that. So we were expecting to get some support, but had no idea that it would be every weekend. You know, was basically the Kettle Top was filled up. People were excited about the brewery, asking tons of questions, and that's the biggest thing is people are very interested in finding out what are you doing, what's your vision, how many beers you're going to have on tap, you're going to have seasonals, and so they're really excited just to not only see it in Anderson, but just to see the like you said, the philosophy and kind of really the history of beer being made in Anderson again.
For me, come hand in hand. It's not just about a beverage or drinking, and it's more about beer is like art. It's creative, it's scientific, and it's social, and it brings people together, and that's really what it's about. And it also a collaboration with community. Without Anderson, there is no brewery. And so that's something we really wanted to focus on, and we've kind of technically been open for a month and a half now, but
Right.
Before here, but. And we're growing, and we're still not quite there yet. But what we want to see is us to grow with the community. So
It's very overwhelming, and it's very humbling just to see the outreach and support, and even people. It's kind of funny because being beside Ribs Express, obviously Chet Maxey has also seen quite a bit of people come through, and he's like, "You guys are bringing in people I've never even seen before.
Yeah.
Like this is really great, not only for Anderson, but Madison County, and it just
Right.
obviously social media has a huge impact on any business or any type of entrepreneurship. But I think the best part is just the community and the word of mouth. I mean, we passed out with what little money we had in the budget at first to buy business cards, and we were getting phone calls the next day and people coming in, "Hey, I got your card," and so it just proves that when you kind of get that fire going, that passion behind not only your vision, but also it could be somebody else's too. So even though we may be the brewmasters, and this may be Kettle Top, and this is kind of our brewery, the fact is it's not. It's Anderson. I mean, they're the ones that are driving the opening of it, and then also the longevity.
Well, we thank you so much for investing in Anderson and providing a place for community to happen, and for your entrepreneurial spirit and that spirit of community.